So, we do have a safety car. I managed to catch all of that because I was at the back of the pack. We'll have to see what happened at the end of the race, but it looks like it could have been between Santi and Max because these two have dropped down a fair bit. It might not have been between them, they might have just got caught up in it, but they are the only two drivers to have dropped down so much. Vilsek is the other one who's dropped down two. And otherwise, Santi dropped down 5 and Max dropped down 6. The rest of the drivers have either maintained their positions or actually moved up. So, we'll have to, well, I suppose wait and see what's going on there as Beer Rush pits. So there was someone who had a false start at the back, actually. I'm not sure who that was. It might have been Droftas because he was behind. We've got quite a few drivers pitting, actually. That's 9 drivers in the pits right now. So they're probably going to switch to hards and go to the end on these with 14 laps to go. Bearing in mind that there's a safety car as well, so they won't have to do that many race laps because all these drivers are going to have to bunch up again. So Lika, AJ and Rubs have stayed out. Is that a wise move? We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. No, so it wasn't Droftas who had a false start. So who was behind? If it wasn't Lex and it wasn't Droftas, it might have been Timberwolf. It might have been Timberwolf who had the false start because he's moved up 3 places. So it could have been him. So apologies about that, Droftas. It was not you. But we're still behind the safety car. I've not seen a notification that it's coming in anytime soon either. Let's see if we get anything as they go around turn 13 here. Still doesn't look like it's coming in. I think they would have got the notification by now. They all are still very close behind it as one of the Mercedes goes super wide there. Looks like that's Droftas going wide outside of turn 13. The jump start might have been Timberlex. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he was the only other driver that was behind us. So we'll have to wait and see. But the safety car is still out, and we are on lap 3 now, so there'll only be 12 laps, including this one, left. So all those drivers that switched to hard tyres may have done something right. Let's have a look what tyre they're on. B-Rush has left the session, I beg your pardon. He's in 4th place right now. Maybe he's got some connectivity issues. I'm not entirely sure. I'll tell you what, I'll send an invite quickly just to make sure we can get him back. Bear with me, guys. Invite has been sent and we are back to the track. Oh, we've got some drivers pushing each other wide there. Need to be sensible on track behind the safety car, boys. We don't want people picking up unnecessary penalties. Still no notification that the safety car's coming in as we see the drivers just go round turn 8 there. Coming up to the really tricky left-handed downhill at turn 9 and 10. But it should be fine under the safety car. This is a time where you want to switch your fuel to low. Turn your ERS off. And then you can switch your fuel to max and race till the end of the race. But still no sign that this safety car is coming in. I wonder how many laps. So all the cars have bunched up. I reckon we should get the notification any time now. Let's see. So B-Rush is currently in 1st, even though it says he retired from the session. I hope that's not an AI driving around there. And the safety car is in this lap, so you can see B-Rush there is backing up the pack now. He's now in 1st place, strangely. No, I don't think any of the other drivers pitted, but he is backing everyone up now to let the safety car go, as you can see. And everyone's going to want to keep the heat in their tyres here. He's probably going to want to keep this pack slow until the final corner, because as soon as you start accelerating any time now, you're going to have people taking that slipstream. So as you can see, I think that's what he's doing. He is waiting till the very last corner. Could be a clever move from him. He's turning very slowly. And away he goes. So he's all the way back up to speed now. And I think this is the AI driving, because he's not driving fast at all. So that's 2 drivers overtaking him. AJ's back in first place now. We've got some other drivers behind who are switching around. We've got Lika in 4th place still. Turns in. Looks like there's no craziness going on in turn 1 right now. No yellow flags. Everyone got through that nice and clean. So hopefully we can have a great end to this race. There are 11 laps to go, including this one. Let's see some stuff, guys. Oh, we've got it almost 4 wide into turn 4 there. Wow, and the drivers managed to keep that clean too. We've got a Mercedes and a Force India battling. Looks like Tom and Santi are battling. That's a D1 versus D2 battle going on. Good to see. Looks like we might go to... No, everyone's lined back up as they go through turn 8 there. Everyone's keeping it nice and clean. It's very good to see. And here comes the very tricky downhill right-hander. Is anyone going to lock up? Not yet. These drivers are doing an absolute remarkable job here. Timberwolf's about to overtake Beerus, who I think is an AI driver because he is driving very slow. Max is still quite far behind as he's overtaking his teammate there into turn 11. Goes on the outside, cuts back on track, doesn't get a penalty because he probably lifted as we saw there. But he's going through... Oh, we see a Ferrari go pretty wide as well. Now... Santi's picked up a 3-second time penalty. We've got 2 drivers going off track. Ferrari going through the rubble, I think. So that's going to affect his and overheat his tyres in a very bad way. But Droftas is now just 4/10 behind Max. We're going to stay on board with him, who's driving in the Mercedes. 2 more drivers pick up penalties there. It's all kicking off as one of the Mercedes is into the pit. Tom is pitting. Tom is pitting. Now, I don't think he's pit yet. Let's just have a look quickly, see how many stops he's done. He's only done 1, so this could be his 1 stop, so he's choosing to pit now and he might go to the end on some hard tyres. Let's switch back to the tyres and see what other drivers are doing. Tom is the only one in the pits right now. AJ has pulled away. There are 10 laps to go, including this one. Leica is up to 3rd place. That's great to see. He's had some bad luck in recent races. But we are back up to racing, and Santi is just 5/10 behind Leica. So let's ride on board with him and see if Santi's going to make a move. Doesn't look like there's any glitching in this lobby as well. So whoever's hosting should host in future because they are doing a good job here keeping this connection alive. Here they go into turn 10. Santi's pretty close, but he can't get anything done yet. He is pretty close behind though. Leica didn't get a bad exit, but I don't think he got enough traction coming out of it, and he might have been a bit hesitant on the throttle. But Santi's behind, staying in his slipstream, switching to the inside to do a fake maybe. Brings it down to 4th gear. As I said earlier, the D2 drivers seem to all do that in 3rd gear, but the D1 drivers are sticking to 4th. Here they come through turn 13 now. Another very tricky turn, especially if you're following someone as close as Santi is following Leica right now. But I don't think Santi's going to be able to get it done. However, he's got 84% of his ERS. Leica has 75% and he's switched to overtake already. So if Santi gets this exit done cleanly, he might be able to overtake. So here comes Santi. No DRS yet, so because the safety car only came in 2 laps ago, there's still no DRS, and that's why we're not seeing Santi make an attack right now. Rubs has gone into the pits. I don't think there's going to be an attempt at an overtake here. We'll switch with them just a little bit longer because there's another driver in the pits now as well. Markov has come into the pits. If Santi can't get this done here, we will switch to the next 2 closest drivers. Oh, very late on the brakes there. Suffers from a little bit of understeer as well, but no, I don't think he's going to get that done. Now let's jump down to Droftas and Max, because what we're seeing right now is Droftas in the Mercedes closing on Max in the Red Bull. Both of these guys are D1 drivers, but I think Max just has the edge right now. So Droftas is on 4-lap old mediums and Max is on 4-lap old hards. Has Max pitted yet? Yes, he has. Yes, of course, because he started on the mediums too. So these guys are going to be going to the end on these. Will Max's hard tyres hold out? Or is there 2 little laps to care? And will Droftas be able to get that overtake done? Santi is now just 2/10 behind Leica, 3/10 as they are coming through turn 12 right now. We'll stick with these guys again because they are very close on track. The closest on track, in fact. There they go through turn 13. Santi not as close as... I don't think DRS has been activated yet. but Leica is getting far better exits as he comes into the pit. So Leica has come into the pits. He hasn't pitted yet, but Santi has pitted. So Leica's going to have a lot of work to do at the end of this race, because now he's getting overtaken by AJ, Droftas, and Max as well. So is Timberwolf going to take him as well? I think so. So Timberwolf's now going to overtake Leica. Vilsek's going to overtake him, and Rubs might get him too. And also Beerush, who I think is an AI driver. Let's hope he doesn't. Let's just, sorry about the quick switching, but let's just jump down to Leica and see if he comes out ahead. So he's not going to be able to get Rubs, but he will be able to get the AI of Beerush. Again, I'm still not sure if this is an AI driving or not. If it's not, apologies, because it is a very clean drive going on right now. But anyway, that battle for second place is now over, because Santi has retaken the lead now. Max is 4 seconds behind them. Droftas is just 1 second behind Max. So there's still a lot to play for. Now, AJ and Vilsek are pretty close on track. I think we'll switch to AJ because he is a D1 driver, very quick, set the pole time, and I think he's going to make quick work of Vilsek. He looks down the inside to see if anything can happen. DRS open now. Vilsek's jumping around a little bit, but he's also got DRS on Timberwolf ahead of him. Dives down the inside, a bit of contact there, pushes Timberwolf wide unfortunately, and Vilsek is now going to get pounced upon by AJ, but he's managing to keep it ahead now. Let's just stick with these guys because something's going to happen as they're going through turn 13. Santi's now very close, and it looks like Vilsek has gone very wide, and he's now going to be getting challenged from Timberwolf, who is unfortunately too far behind. So we're going to jump to Beerush and... actually, yes, let's jump to him and Leica just to see how these two are getting on. Leica tries down the inside of Rubs. Rubs goes wide, unfortunately, as they go through turn 13. So we're going to switch to Leica and see if he can get this overtake done now. His DRS is wide open, and he is going down the inside on Rubs into turn 1 on the pit straight. Rubs is now behind. Leica closes his DRS, turns into turn 1, gets the overtake done. Rubs goes very wide, but he still manages to keep the position from Beer. Now, it seems that these two are the closest on track right now, so we'll stick with these guys as we see Leica move up to 7th place, and he's now approaching 2 Division 2 drivers. That's Timber and Vilsek. Oof. So Rubs went very, very deep into turn 8 there, and he's lost a lot of time on Leica as we see Beer trying to get him on the outside, but, you know, Rubs really does position his car pretty well there. But now Beer has gone down the inside of him, and it looks like he's got the overtake done. Yes, he has, so well done there. Again, a few of these drivers are just a little bit glitchy. These might be the guys that aren't in the UK, but we shall wait and see. Now, everyone is quite separated, apart from Leica and Timberwolf. So Leica is, almost had, he spun him! So there's a bit of contact there between these two drivers, as we see Beer overtake them both. So that's unfortunate. I think Leica tried to dive down the inside, and now it looks like Rubs is glitching all over the place too, as Leica goes back down the inside on Timberwolf and gets that overtake done finally. What a very, very nice move there. So I think it's Rubs. Rubs is having major connectivity issues because he is ghosting and jumping all over the place right now. So there's something going on with Rubs' connection. So I'll tell you what, we'll switch to Leica because we don't really want to see that at the moment. But Santi has pulled out a whopping 4.5 seconds on Max right now. So let's jump to the race leader and see how he's getting on. So we're on board with AJ right now, who I thought was going to win this race, but because he didn't pit under the safety car, he might be on the back foot here. But he doesn't look like he's... Well, let's look at the gap between AJ and Max to see if this is decreasing or not. I don't think it is, so I think Max is putting up a hell of a consistent race right now, and the pole sitter, AJ, extremely quick. I think he's leading D1 right now as well, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch Max. It has come down to 9.8, so he's gained 0.3, but there's only 4 laps left. That's definitely not going to happen. So Leica is pretty close behind Beerush right now. DRS open. ERS set to overtake. He is gaining, but I don't think he's going to get it done into turn 1. It's going to have to be on the run up to turn 4. Very nice entry from Leica there into turn 1, keeping that throttle steady, the brake steady, and the steering steady. Let's see if he can get him here on the second straight. Again, I don't think so. So let's look at what Beer's doing. He's got his ERS set to low, so I'm not sure why Leica couldn't overtake him with an overtake ERS there and DRS. But Beer is currently on the medium tyre. Leica is on the softs with 5 laps to go. Yeah, Beer had a far better line into there, and Leica would have been suffering from downforce loss because he's following so close behind, so that's why Leica dropped back slightly there. Little bit of a lock-up there. Tell you what, we'll switch to Droftas now, because Droftas is coming into turn 11 here, very, very close behind Rubs, and again we're seeing D2 and D1 drivers battling it out. Right, he's going to get DRS as they're going down the pit straight here. Let's see if he can attack. His ERS is set to overtake, and he is attacking, and he is gaining too. Again, Rubs is jumping around. So I think Droftas is just being a little bit hesitant there, and rightly so, because he doesn't want to get into an accident because Rubs is glitching a bit. You can see there as well that his internet connectivity is red, where everyone else's that we've seen has actually been pretty good. Leica is closing in on Vilsek again, so let's jump back and see if they're going to make anything of it. I think it's just all of the people overseas that have got a bad connection. Anyway, here we go. Through turn... where were they? Through turn 8 there, approaching the very tricky turn 9. Oh, and Vilsek gets a snap of oversteer, and I think Leica is going to pounce right now. DRS open, ERS on overtake. This is going to happen here or not at all. So Vilsek has chosen his inside line. Can Leica outbrake him? Not yet, but can he do the switchback? Yes, he can, and he has got that overtake done. Well done, Leica. That was top-class racing there. And then behind these guys, Beer is approaching as well, and Beer's got the overtake done on Vilsek, almost, so Leica goes very wide, as you can see from this onboard here, and then Beer is closing on, Vilsek is closing on Beer. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, he's not. Beer's going to outbrake him there. So we're going to jump back to Vilsek because they're just going through turn 1 and turn 2 right now, but I don't think this battle for 4th place is over. Actually, I do think for 4th place is over, but the battle for 5th place is still on. There's 3 laps to go. We've got Rubs closing in on Droftas. Again, oh, contact! There's contact between these two drivers. Unfortunately, Vilsek, who tried to go down the inside, and he's let the drivers pass, well done. Vilsek, who tried to go down the inside, has lost out there, and I think that was his fault too, because he just, you know, locked up and went kind of straight on and went into the side of the other car there. So I think that was fair, and I'm just glad that he doesn't have too much damage and he can continue racing. He's gone a little bit wide as he's going through turn 8 there, but away we go. Now, everyone is quite spaced out right now. I think the top 4 is going to be settled, but Max... oh, actually, Max is just 1.6 seconds behind Santi right now. So let's see how close these guys really are in terms of how we can see it in the TV pod. I don't think Max is going to be able to get him. However, Rubs is going to be making a move right now. He's done the move on Vilsek. Vilsek down the inside though into turn one. There was a tiny bit of contact there as Rubs nearly loses the rear but manages to correct it. And away they go. DRS open for Vilsek, so he's got it and Rubs is staying on the inside. Let's see if he can outbrake him. Yes, he can. And will he stay behind though, or can Vilsek do the cutback? We'll switch to... Oh, Timberwolf has retired from the session. That is unfortunate. Can't see his car on track, though. So I'm not... Oh, there it is. So he's just come out of turn 12, and he's lost it in the wall. I hope there's not going to be a safety car, because this race is still going on in these final 2 laps. Max is still gaining on Santi. He's only 1.5 seconds behind now. We can see it on the track map, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it done because the last lap is starting now. So this battle between Vilsek and Rubs is still going on. Can these two do anything? They've got a lap left and we'll have to wait and see. But while this is going on, we'll quickly jump back up to Max and see how he's getting on. No, he's too far behind. Too far behind. I don't think he's going to get the overtake done. So it looks like it's going to be Santi, Max, AJ right now. Ooh, bit of oversteer there from Max. Now, it looks like there might be something going on again between Vilsek and Rubs. Looks like Rubs had a better exit out of turn 3. Can Vilsek do anything? Not into turn 4 at least. Ooh, as Rubs locks up slightly. No, I don't think these guys are going to do anything here. Ooh, maybe down the inside at turn 10, no. But we're quickly going to go up to the race leader because Santi has taken the win and Max has finished in 2nd place. AJ is going to finish in 3rd. We're going to see him cross the line now. And well done, Leica, for finishing in 4th place. Solid race from you there. Beer was quite close behind though, so let's not forget him. I think he may be a D1 driver because the top 4 anyway are D1 drivers. Top 6 in fact are D1 drivers and the rest are D2. So that is why we have 2 divisions, and that is why this racing is going to be a lot more fairer this season as well. So Rubs is about to cross the line and Vilsek. Can Vilsek get it done? No, he cannot, but Rubs is going to cross the line there and take 7th place, and Vilsek is going to take 8th place. And now there's just Tom, who's about to cross the line as well, followed by Markov, who's just coming up to turn 50 now. He's through it and he is on the pit straight and he is away. So that is the first 25% race over. We'll be back soon.